Here we go. It's all happening. Trump FOMO'd into Chainlink as I knew he would. I win once again. Bitcoin gearing up for a disgusting pump into the low to mid $100,000 region. It's all happening before our eyes. And I'm going to print $1,000 in Tether live right now at the Federal Reserve of the Truth. Welcome into the blockchain basement. We got the homies, all the people from BitLab joining us. Welcome in, you guys. I got Isaac over here on the sticks.
What's up, DJs?
Man, it's been a great day. You've been Now, I went against your advice this morning.
I know.
It worked.
You're lucky it worked.
Yeah. So, first of all, but I'm still going to employ the strategy to a degree here, and I'll let the chat decide. Okay. I have this trade in because if you are a member of the channel, you have access to my trading channel on Discord. At the start of the week, I just said, hey guys, guess what? Avalanche is seeming to be outperforming Bitcoin, but moving pretty closely in tandem with it. So I'm feeling like trading Avalanche more than Bitcoin, right? As you can see, Bitcoin, it's pumping. It's up to $101,400 right now. But Avalanche
call that I missed this morning,
dude, it was so good. Look at this. I saw I got into the office because I didn't like putting it in trade while I'm driving, right? So I drop off the kiddos, and thank you for dropping the membership for Trey Spot. Welcome to the membership. Join the Discord. Get the early trade calls. Okay, I was dropping the kids off. I saw this gigantic spike. I saw that Trump was hitting the bell at the New York Stock Exchange this morning, and all of his insanely bullish things he's talking about make it happen for Bitcoin. So I put the trade in. Now, where we're sitting right now, this is on the minute. This is well backed up. I've rode this profit all the way on up. I have the stop loss set. Even if the trade fails, I think I'd take 100% away. Up by 162% right now. It's right at about $900 in profit. Maybe we should leave it up to the chat. Maybe we should leave it up to the chat to see if I shut this down or not. I do want to answer one question. Jacob Perez, great question. Drew, what are you doing about your Bitcoin holdings? Are you rotating into alts? Well, I full sent in September 23. I sold all of my Bitcoin and bought Chainlink for $5. Now, where it sits right now, obviously, you saw Chainlink is disgustingly outperforming, but me and TJ were talking about this, just the overall holding Bitcoin into kind of the confirmation of altcoin season. Boy, howdy, I think we're right about there. I might have to ring the bell on altcoin season a little bit early to kind of give that signal. Ooh, big tip shark bringing out. Sell and buy Isaac and AR. Ooh.
Do it.
Oh, with Tether too, huh?
With Tether?
Oh my God.
You mind lending me some of that Tether you just made on that?
You just be like, it's the feds. Come check us out. Yeah, let me know. Let's get a consensus in the chat. Should I close this trade right now? Just flash close it for $1,000, or let her ride where she sits right now? Put a poll up in the chat. Let's let them decide what I do with this trade. It's been a great trade. I honestly, like, the beginning of the week was a brutality. I told you guys I lost like $1,400. The account got cut all the way down to like $1,400 in total. Now I'm back up above 3,000. I think I'm at $3,500 right now. So it's been a great resurgence on this trading account. And shout out to everyone that's riding with me in the trading account. Ooh, NCR Legend, I like your style. Let it ride. I like it. All right. Well, we got a lot of really good news to talk about for Bitcoin. First and foremost, the markets are looking absolutely insane, you guys. This is the 24-hour gainers. The top gainer, Aave, okay. So originally we're down with it about $40, $50. Then Nick re-highlighted, got my attention back on it at $90. And we're sitting here at $367. Life moves at you quick. Another staking mechanism, old school staking, just coming out of the woodwork, swinging from the top ropes, Lido DAO, and then my beloved Chainlink, but also my beloved AVAX and Maker. These are all picks that I've loved. Now, Internet Computer Token trying to catch up a little bit here. These are the top movers within the top 100 on the portfolio itself. Let's check it out, see what's the top gainer within the picks that I've focused most on. Chainlink leading the way here. Avalanche right behind it. Swell Network waking up. Alien Base Token. This freaking Kulo Butt Token. up 8%. That's great. Over $1 million market cap once again. MAGA meme coin. Now, this has been painful for me.
I know.
It's been painful for me, but I'm holding it just, I guess, out of virtue or something like that. I really like Trump, okay? I'm trying to show my support on the blockchain for Trump. It is showing some movement there. And then Aerodrome trying to break above the $2.30 level. Morpho up 6%. A lot of great moves on the overall accounts right now, but things are just getting started. We had this morning, Jim Cramer talking to Donald Trump. Let's have a listen to how this conversation went. Hopefully they don't ruin the bull market for us.
You're embracing crypto, very different from the previous administration. Strategic Petroleum Reserve like for crypto?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, and not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it. We have Lee Zeldin in charge of the environment. He's going to be giving us very strong approvals, I think, and he's going to make sure everything's good and clean and proper, but he's going to give us very fast approvals.
He said some pretty key things there that I was predicting a while ago. This is the New Deal. This is the renovation of the American economy, focusing on data share control of AI systems and control and movements over Bitcoin and blockchain holdings. This is insanely bullish for the crypto market at large. Isaac, you keep sending messages and it keeps buzzing me. Unbelievable.
I know. I'm talking to TJ. Okay.
Oh my God, you're multitasking right
I'm
now.
multitasking.
He's talking about the New Deal. I told you guys this is coming. He's telling Wall Street right to their faces, guess what? America is going to be the dominating factor when it comes to AI and blockchain innovations, Bitcoin holdings, the gamut. He's going for the enchilada, the whole enchilada, not just a piece. I told you this guy, he was coming with it. And it'd be interesting to see if he labels this the New Deal. Because if he does, then I'm just, I mean, people better take note of that.
Yeah, 100%.
It is the New Deal. This is us wanting control over the next version of gold or oil, which is data, and we're leaning into it forward facing. Now, moving on, obviously the markets reacted very well from that, but this insane news broke from Dennis Porter right before we went live. This is breaking news. He can confirm that the state of Texas has now filed a bill to officially establish its own strategic Bitcoin reserve for the state of Texas. History was made. This is the first time a bill was filed live on X Spaces. Absolutely incredible. And this is the guy, Giovanni Gabrioli, Representative 98 Colleyville in Texas, on his leadership of Bitcoin and this bill moving forward. Now, the concept of this is really quite impressive when we think about the GDP or the size of the Texas economy. They were talking about it on the morning show, but it is larger than Italy. So when we look at this, we have the 15 largest economies by GDP. You have U.S. far and away the leader, China, Japan, Germany. And interesting that China and Japan are so close with how small of an island Japan is comparatively to China, right? Germany coming back up from World War II. Good on them. California. So California, India. California is beating India. In United Kingdom, France, and then Texas. 2 U.S. states are outpacing many countries across the globe. Texas is one of the biggest economies on the planet, and they are moving forward with this bill to have a Bitcoin state reserve. Absolutely bullish and really setting the precedent and the pace for the rest of the states in the United States, but also the federal United States and what their plan and how they need to act as these states continue to do so. What you got, Isaac?
So this is regarding your trade.
Okay.
Based off of chat and my own
thinking,
close 80% of it and have a 20% moon bag.
All right, fine. Thank you. You know what? I'm letting you guys do it. Okay. Let's see here. So we go. This is how you close a section of it. Now we close. There we go. Close long. So we just got $720 out of that. Still up by $400. So I still got $400 I can pull out of the trade. Maybe I'll move the stop loss up too. Why not? You know what?
It's beautiful.
Whatever. I'm going to do this. Because the RSI, this is the frame of thought here. The RSI is reset to the downside, but it is curving back down to the downside. And if you pull up the MACD, that is quite an influx on the MACD. It's not often that you get kind of like that's a lot of really good upside on the MACD right there. So counting my blessings, we are breaking above levels that Avalanche has not seen in quite some time. So we'll see if that trade works out. Maybe I'll just scoot the stop loss just a little bit lower. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, God. It's losing its mind.
Rugged on live.
Rugged. All right. So I'm going to scoot this down just a touch, just to give it a little bit more room to breathe, right?
Yeah.
Feel a little verklempt. All right. Now, moving on to the rest of the stories here. We have Time Magazine not choosing Kamala Harris. They chose Donald Trump for the person of the year. Nature is healing. Okay, nature is healing. Really like seeing this instead of Kamala Harris as the person of the year on Time Magazine. It seems that mainstream media is having to shape up a little bit from all their psyops they've pulled on the American public now that we voted the Trump back into office. He's also invited President Yi to his inauguration. CBS News reported Trump team also considering inviting other world leaders, including Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. So he's bringing all the homies down. He's trying to, a lot of people are like he's in cahoots with China. No, they respect each other. China doesn't want to fuck with Trump. So it is nice to see Trump lead the United States from a position of strength rather than this wiggling, dementia-ridden person that loves ice cream and falls down stair steps. So, and something I did want to note on the trading side, I have Kelly's BitLab stack on my indicators here. I love this thing. The BitLab stack gives you the sell blocks right on the chart. So I can have kind of like my green, my red dots, and all the money flow at the bottom here. And I get the sell blocks of where big liquidity grabs or sells are happening. And you can see, just for an example, you have a lot of buys waiting to hammer in to Avalanche because we're looking at Avalanche on the chart. We have this BitLab stack up. But then you have a lot of sells built here around the $54.84 level. So very useful to me. I like seeing the levels all on one side. Shout out to you, Kelly. Good job. Now, what we have here is a man took it upon himself to go to the Vancouver City Board. Let's have a listen to what he had to say about the future of Bitcoin and how he expressed it.
22, Dean LaRiviere.
Hello, Council. I'm in favor of this motion. And it's been a long day and there's been a lot of submissions. I'm a big believer in education through entertainment. So I'd like to give you 3 minutes of M&M discussing Bitcoin. I've created a monster because nobody wants US dollars no more. They want Bitcoin, like cash, but slicker.
Ooh.
So if you want money, this is what I'll give you. A digital address from a cryptographer with nodes that'll process transacted figures and get rewarded when their blocks in the chain's adopted. They get a block reward when they outcompete in the other slower miners that are computating. We waited this long, so stop debating. Bitcoin's back. I brought the bull with no balls are hanging. I know you got a job, Mr. Counselor, but your BTC problem is complicating. So the SEC won't let me be or let BTC be, so let me see. They tried to shut down me and XRP, but it was all just fiat before me. Come on, buy the dip, buy one and flip. Fuck yeah, making those bips with nothing but bits. So don't panic. It's not like Matic. I just sold on my ETH. F you, Vitalik. Vancouver, buy some BTC. Just act like you're a Mike Rowe strategy. Be a little less meme doji, and it was all just fiat before me.
Oh my God, this guy is sending it, man. I thought he did pretty damn good.
That was pretty good.
Really put some work into that, that's the culture shift, people are far from really realizing what Bitcoin is in a concise manner. It's a network of computers competing to solve mathematical equations. They get rewarded, and the data is verified to be secure and true. So when we have this conversation with our family and loved ones over the holiday season, just try to simplify it as best as you can. My wife reminded me, because, we get people around us, they're like, oh, you're a crypto person, like, what is Bitcoin? And I'm like, it's proof of power, and it's data security, and it's the new oil, you stupid bastard. And she's like, honey, calm down, just explain it like you're not, living and breathing crypto. We have to simplify this conversation for the average person to understand.
Lame.
I know it's lame,
I
Isaac.
know it's lame.
Okay, but we spend every day looking at crypto. The people on the outside looking in, they don't have any idea what we're talking about. We sound like we're speaking Chinese to them.
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends like tune into the show. And they text me afterwards. I was like, I had to leave. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is like another language to me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I get.
Well, I even have a buddy who's been investing for years, and he's still like, he follows the show. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Drew. So we got to just simplify this. I understand, that we want to just go down the rabbit hole and start shaking them by the shoulders, but start small and then work up from there. Maybe a rap song. Try to explain it like you're not an XRP maxi. Now we have this. It's kind of interesting. So we're seeing a couple pieces of confluence on my price targets here. This is from Tom Lee talking about Bitcoin's top.
Tom, it just brings me back to you, the idea that how much of what we're seeing, maybe even a little bit today, is there's been such a regulatory overhang on a lot of these names under the current administration. Now you have a new FTC chairperson. Is that playing a role in any respect to this? Because Dan Ives put out a note today, said Christmas comes early with the new head of the FTC for tech.
It's probably the best way to sort of measure this is what Bitcoin's doing, because Bitcoin faced enormous regulatory burdens over the last few years, and now we have a White House that's embracing digital assets, a new SEC chairman, FTC chairman, a new Commerce Secretary. I think these are actually being viewed as pro-business, reviving animal spirits, but I think a good proxy is watching Bitcoin.
All right, now I'm going to have to pin you to a target again on Bitcoin, because, you've been among the most optimistic and outspoken about it for years, to be quite honest. So here we are, above 100,000. What's a legit target for 2025 for Bitcoin?
We think it's going to follow a similar halving cycle that we've seen in the past that would imply something around 250,000 for Bitcoin in 2025. And on top of that, we have a Trump put because Bitcoin is potentially a strategic reserve asset for the U.S. government.
So he's got kind of a different approach. So my approach has been just basic Fibonacci price performance for Bitcoin. And I came up to that target of about $240,000 as the top end expectation. He's highlighting all the macroeconomic implications, all the other things that bring him to the $250,000 level. Then I was talking to Dave Weisenberg last night on a show on Twitter Spaces. He also is coming to the same conclusion based on the hash rate and the processing price of a Bitcoin block and the all-time highs that hash power is hitting right now. So we have multiple pieces of confluence all taking aim at this $200,000 to $250,000 price level, which does bring us to the velocity of our altcoins reaching levels that I've been talking about on this show previously, where the top 10 is breaching $200 billion on the bottom level. And then, we go down into, the top 30. It's looking like the velocity of the top 30 to top 21 is going to land between 50 to 80, maybe even $90 billion. Now, the top 20, top 11 tokens are going to be landing somewhere in that 90 to 150, maybe up to $175 billion mark. Now, this is what kind of context you need when you think about where can this token that I'm holding actually make it to at the peak expectation that I have for it. And that's how I play this market, and that's how I played the previous markets, just on the overall velocity of increase for altcoins. And you have to understand that the top 3 tokens, for instance, when we look at coin market cap, we go to cryptocurrencies here. The top 3 tokens, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, as it currently sits, the large majority of mind share of market cap is held within this level. I actually do believe XRP is going to hold the top 10, but I feel like Solana is going to end up being the 3rd largest crypto market cap. I think XRP is going to get kicked down to the 7, 8, maybe even 9th spot. It's still going to hold above $200 billion market cap, though. That is what I do believe as the velocity sits right now. But when you think about the context of what this means for, let's say, Avalanche, that's sitting here at number 11. Number 11 coming in at $175 billion market cap expectation for me as the market currently sits, brings you to absolutely ridiculous price levels for the token in and of itself, right around $400. Chainlink, this brings this price expectation right around $260, $275 if it holds the position that it's currently in. I really, really think that we're underselling just how bullish this market seriously is right now. And I see Willis Wilsford bringing up SWE AI.
I sent it to you.
You sent it to me?
On X. Yeah.
Okay, so when we get to altcoin session, make sure I get to that section. But right now, talking about the overall expectation, what is the velocity potential of this market at large? And I just explained it in a very concise manner for you to use as a roadmap as things get extra hot and heavy. All of a sudden, you can buy a car, but you're literally, let's say it's February next year, and you've already hit, a 5, maybe a 10x on a project. You have to keep in mind what the overall velocity of the market cap can hit for altcoins under Bitcoin and Ethereum to know when to pull that trigger. Now, moving on. We have this out of bar chart. There's a 98.5% chance of a 25 base point interest rate cut at next week's FOMC meeting. This is more weakness from the Federal Reserve. I highlighted as it was coming. Boy, howdy over here. And, it's interesting. I am seeing something kind of weird, and it is expected. We see the Federal Reserve interest rate going down for the banks, yet the mortgage rates are continuing to tick up slightly higher and slightly higher. The banks are getting the deal on the money, but yet they're not passing that deal on the interest rate coming down for mortgages of people that want to buy homes. So, with that being said, we are on path for interest rates to breach above 10% in 2025 and into 2026. Now, with that information, we hammer into homes with cash. Okay, we buy up with cash homes so that we don't have to deal with the interest rates. I am holding my current home because it's at a 3 point, I think it's actually a 3% interest rate. So I'm holding that loan, and I'm going to smash buy another home with cash. Okay, I'm not going to deal with a 10% interest rate. That is going to crush me long term, even if I did make $1 million. Shout out to you, Aaron Hubach, for the $100 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Holy shit, man. Also, Veteran Crypto, I know you're busy with that new contract that you're doing, but I love all the work that you're doing on the Aerodrome staking ecosystem. And I think we should do a collaboration video on it if you're down for it. Hit me up after the show. But really, when we're thinking about what to do with the profits, how to move with the markets, I think that smash buying homes, vehicles, real estate, and food-bearing land is going to be an awesome, awesome move. If you get food-bearing land, then you get to produce food that makes your children's bellies very, very happy. So nice rate, Drew. The housing. Yes, it was a good rate. Got lucky with that one. I was fighting BlackRock cash buyers out there, so it was a battle. Now we talk about Vivek Ramaswamy. I got to be more respectful to his last name.
Ramaswamy.
Right?
Ramswaggy. That's cool enough for me.
When a federal agency like the SEC is repeatedly and thoroughly embarrassed in federal court by flouting the law, it loses its legitimacy as a law enforcement body. It's highlighting this move from the Fifth Circuit in Bank in an opinion by Judge Andrew Oldman, holding that the SEC acted unlawfully in approving a NASDAQ policy that forces corporate boards to implement an identity-based diversity quota that looks at race, sexual orientation, and gender. They're forcing these quotas down the throats of corporations, and that is where you see, they say that it's some sort of equity move, but it feels a little racist and sexist to refuse to hire a man or a white person just because you, isn't that kind of weird?
That's kind of weird.
Shouldn't it be experience-based, right?
It should be. And what degree you have, how long you've been doing it for, all that stuff,
man.
Not because you don't want to push your stupid agenda.
It just seems pretty rude, and it seems to continue the conversation of the things that they say they're trying to fight against. But the SEC, famously in crypto, this is for anyone that doesn't know, because there's a lot of new names and a lot of new people coming into the channel. Gary Gensler gave a no action relief. The man who chairs the Securities and Exchange Commission gave a no action relief to none other than Sam Bankman-Fried, who was indeed one of the largest frauds in the history of the United States. Holy God, Chili Rainbow with the 20 gifted memberships. God damn, man. You are absolutely awesome. You guys are making my heart swell right now. Holy cow. Tom Crown was gifted a membership.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to you, Tom Crown. Dude, come on, let's collab. Come out of the woodwork, Tom. I see you in there. You've been highlighted. All right. So
pin it.
We just have to keep in mind there's a lot of new names coming into crypto. And a lot of people don't understand just how nefarious it looks like Gary Gensler was being. He literally and knowingly turned a blind eye to Sam Bankman-Fried, the leader of the FTX exchange that collapsed and liquidated billions of dollars of regular retail money. Now, that was so funny, Chili, right now. We have to give this highlight because the new administration, we do have a hope, is turning a good move for crypto. They are seeming bullish. Paul Atkins is on the board of Securitize, very involved with real-world assets implementation of blockchain assets and real-world assets, making a marriage in our bags heaven. That is going to absolutely moon RWA sector this cycle, and I think that everyone is underselling themselves if they don't have exposure to RWA projects. Tom Crown is indeed a legend. I love his show. Great TA he does over there. I think he's still holding a long from like $20,000 or something. Absolutely savage. Now, moving on to the next story here. If Alex Jones owes $1.5 billion for spreading misinformation, how much money do you guys think Fauci should owe everyone across the world? This is an interesting question, right?
What do you think?
I would say, Alex Jones is kind of a very small fish.
Yes.
And he affected a very small amount of people in comparison to the amount of people that Anthony Fauci affected. On average, we're seeing like about 100 million views for Alex Jones on his shows. He's absolutely crushing it. But Fauci's words were heard across the world. They were heard by, I would say, near 7 billion people. It is exponentially more money than
100 billion.
You think 100 billion?
100 billion minimum.
100 billion minimum? Okay, I mean, he's never going to pay it. Like,
of
he
course
doesn't
not.
have that money. But
K-Jam 300.
I would say, I mean, he's got to be held accountable to a much, much higher degree than Alex Jones is. And honestly, they're holding Alex Jones accountable because what? He hurt your feelings, right? Is that why? Anthony Fauci literally shut people's lives down, got them fired out of their jobs, got them kicked out of a company I fucking helped build. And the retribution has not been seen. And I do hope that this new administration is willing and ready and able to enact such a retribution for humanity at large. Now, there's something going on in the halls of, it looks like Michigan. The Michigan House set to vote on nearly 100 bills, closes its gallery to the public over unspecified security concerns. We have Phoenix Ammunition, a fantastic ammunition retailer here. Democracy dies in the darkness, right? Democrats, just remember there are over 840,000 people in Michigan with a concealed permit license for their firearm, let alone the number of gun owners. If we want to get inside the Capitol so we can see what you're up to, we can easily do it.
100%.
Think about that when they're trying to do these deals in the dark. And I do hope that the people of Michigan make sure that their state legislature does not have the ability to take away their Second Amendment rights. For the love of God, if you give up your Second Amendment, you also lose your First Amendment at the same time. We saw this today. Tesla hit, actually, this is yesterday, I believe, but $420.69. And it is also up by 69% year to date. This is absolutely insane. Probably just a coinkydink, maybe. I don't know. Hard to believe that it hits both. But, this, you can't make it up. TJ was saying it this morning. It feels like we live in a simulation more and more as time goes on. And I tend to agree with him on that. Where is our trade on this avalanche play here? Trying to tick back up. Okay, so we might get another chance. What are we still at? We're up 171% on the move. This is not a bad 4 hours work, right?
Not at all.
Not a bad 4 hours work. Yesterday was really good too. I made $700 yesterday. So
you're above 3K now in that bag, right?
Oh yeah. What are we at? We're like 3,400. So that's good. Moving on up. Yeah. We might be going to the dealership. No, I'm just kidding. But when that account does hit about 40 grand, I think I'm going to go get that Sequoia. I'm just going to get the Sequoia with this bag. Now, 12-hour news recap, just real quick. We talked about the Syrian rebels taking control of the country. Historic pardon for Hunter Biden has given out further 39 pardons and commuted over 1,500 sentences in the biggest single act of clemency from Joe Biden. We have Brazil's President Lula will undergo another brain surgery. French farmers went full throttle in Dijon, dumping manure, tires, and trash to protest the EU-Mercosur trade deal. OnlyFans model Lily Phillips, scourge of hell on earth, 23, slept with 100 men. That's horrible. Canada's euthanasia numbers have climbed. Oh, no. Canada's euthanasia numbers are on the rise again. This is really, it's hitting a new high for the 5th year in a row. Last year, they offered 15,300 people euthanasia, which is, oh my God. This is 4.7% of all deaths.
Oh, yeah.
That is so sad, dude. That is so sad.
Make
this society so desperate that people want to kill themselves and then offer them the service to do it. Holy shit. And make them so sick that they want to die. I mean, oh, we have a lot of work to do, folks. TikTokers are at it again, this time glorifying the suspect of the shooting of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson with Luigi dance trend. And after announcing retirement from acting Zen-like finality, Jim Carrey is back as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Money has been a key factor in his decision. Frankly, I bought a lot of stuff and I need the money. Now, we're talking about this. Buying a lot of stuff, need the money. This is a good quote from Rothmus. And is highlighting a guy dead letter. I know guys that make $500,000, but they spend $600,000. Pro tip, don't spend $600 if you only make $500. Don't keep yourself in debt. For the love of God, we are here to get ourselves out of debt, to find freedom through crypto, to find freedom through our bags pumping to the moon. If your bags pump to the moon, don't buy the galaxy, okay?
Spend that extra $100,000 on crypto. You won't be in debt.
Yeah, it's just so sad. Let's see here. Crypto Stevo has a big fan, but have a big concern about Avalanche no longer being a layer 1 and the change of their subnets now being full layer 1 blockchains. Won't that decrease by? It might decrease focused pressure on the token and set it across 3 different chains, I believe is what it's made of. But the degree of how bad that actually affects price, it's happening at a really, really good time. It might really bring the pullback in a heavy way for Avalanche after this bull market is done, though. I think that is something to keep in mind for Avalanche when we do enter the bear market once again for altcoins, because boy howdy, we're going to have one. Bitcoin, we're going to have one-ish. I feel like Bitcoin's going to crash by about 50% rather than its average 75 to 80% pullbacks. If I'm wrong, I won't be mad at myself, but I am only looking for, in general, a 50% pullback on Bitcoin and around the same 80 to 90% pullbacks on all of our favorite altcoins, no matter how amazing they may be. Now, looking at this, we have Syrian central bank has made it clear that they've transferred the entire nation's wealth cash to the Al-Qaeda. The leaders running the country now, they have millions of dollars, including 5 pallets of $98 million each, and their own commercial airline. So it looks like the rebels making a strong up and come. God, dude, it's absolutely so crazy. Damn, you're going to lose your Samsung sponsor. Do I have a Samsung partnership?
Don't believe so.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be interesting.
You should reach out, Isaac.
Oh, you know what?
Speaking of partnership, This is bringing me to, that's a great segue. If you are trading with me and following any trade signals on the Discord, make sure to trade with me on Tubit. You can click the link down in the description and use code BASEMENT, capital BASEMENT. You can trade with me on Tubit. That's the logo right there. And also, we have a 20% off deal that's actually ending very, very soon. So if you don't already have these gifts for your family, as they're going to be bugging you about how to keep your crypto safe, how do you do it? This is the easiest cold storage wallet on the market to utilize. You can get it for 20% off right now using code BASE20. It is the absolute best way to orange pill your family into being comfortable enough of holding their own crypto so they don't get stuck in some exchange, in some gigantic mess. You go in, you get the crypto, you get off the exchange. That's how you got to do it. And warn them about the potentiality of exchanges going belly under as we approach into bear market territory. Because as we saw last bear cycle, when it kicked in there was a cataclysm that caused quite a bit of pain for people that weren't being careful. Now, we have this. Trump's World Liberty Fi is buying Ethereum, Chainlink, and Aave. And over the past 9 hours last night, this is about 20 hours ago, WL Multisig Wallet spent $10 million to buy 2,600 Ethereum at $3,800 a unit, $1 million to buy 41,000 Chainlink. Okay, huge. And then we also had $1 million in USDC to buy Aave. So they're loading up on Chainlink and Aave for World Liberty Fi, and this made the price of Chainlink go absolutely berserk. I really feel like at the velocity we have right now, Chainlink is on pace to accomplish a $200 billion market cap. As crazy as it may sound, yada, yada, yada. I really, really feel like we have the velocity. This is data share. This is the road work for regular financial institutions communicating with Web3. Okay, we have all these fancy layer ones and Web3 that we love, the Avalanches, the Solanas, all of it, right? But the road of data communication between the existing infrastructure of Web2 to what we're building out here and speculating on and making a lot of money doing so in Web3 needs to be built first. And that is exactly what Chainlink is. And I think that there is much, much in store for this project down the road. Now, what we have here, we got to delete this one. This is already done. Avalanche also announced a $250 million private lock token sale led by Galaxy Digital, Dragonfly, and Parify Capital, highlighting the growing confidence in the AVAX blockchain system ahead of Avalanche 9000 upgrade. This is a major signal that VCs and market makers are loving what they're seeing with Avalanche, and I think that there is a lot in store for Avalanche as well. These two tokens, Chainlink and Avalanche, are likely going to hold their position roughly. It would be insane to see, one of them break into the number 9, number 8 spot at the peak of the bull market. Currently, they're sitting at number 11 or 12. What all we need to do is have them keep the limelight on themselves as far as they've moved so far, and we are going to see absolutely ridiculous returns on these assets. Remind me to check out Zeta Chart as well. I've seen it brought up. A couple different people have brought up Zeta Chain to me over the past day, so I think it's worth a look. Yes, Chemistry Bro, it is. I mean, and the $200 billion market cap, that would be number 10, maybe number 9 at the peak. I think that number 11 is going to reach about $175 billion market cap at the current velocity and previous velocities compared. So, at large, I'm going to probably end up buying a house with you. You know what I mean? Doubt it. And then use the other altcoins to buy a Bitcoin, right?
And then the last little segment of your trading bag for your Sequoia.
No, well, that's the leverage trading bag.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely. So excited. I'm so excited. That thing is cooking.
Correct.
You made a trade. You're getting your wheels going.
Yeah. I made a long Floki.
Yeah.
I know, right? DGen plays based off of,
but and you're starting to make the trend lines correctly. You're starting to highlight good exit points. I know I didn't listen to you and I won this morning, but usually you've been telling me where to get out and it was the correct one and it ends up hitting my stop and profit.
Yeah.
You're getting your wheels going and you're doing it in a very concise manner, which anyone that's new to trading, most people that go into trading lose. So you have to spend a lot of time practicing with a small amount of money just to make sure that you know what you're doing. Just keep yourself safe. Please don't YOLO in your entire trading bag you've put your life savings into and lose it all in one day. That can be a very dark day indeed. Now, we had Grayscale launching an Optimism Trust Fund. This is Grayscale continuing to open up different funds for TradFi to invest into altcoins. Probably going to be pretty damn good for Optimism's price action. Give it a little bit more juice because, OP, the price action, the tokenomics, a little bit muted, but I think we got a little bit more gasoline in the tank with this release. And Polyswarm. Someone brought up to look up Polyswarm. And then I saw this news article. This comes from WBNNS, base.eth. Just been added to the Superchain token list and will soon become bridgeable to the Base ecosystem via bridges. Token issuers with the ERC20 and Ethereum that would like to bridge to Base can do so using the following guide. This is nice to see. Polyswarm is on Ethereum, kind of a pain in the ass. And I do want to check out where Polyswarm's price is currently. So let's check it out. This is a malware detection system for Web3. Was it NCT is the ticker, I believe. I trade in and out of this thing last cycle and at the kind of the boring part of the accumulation market there. It is up 3% today, really not much. Down 6% on the week and up 33% on the month. So really not much movement, 160% on the year. Not really woken up, but you know what something is? This is some pretty damn good curvature. If you're backed up forced to the trees on this thing, this actually is pretty damn good curvature. Let's see what the market cap comparison is. Very similar. Something interesting about this project is I'm going to check out Jesus Coin too. Lee Khalafi, absolute master. I mean, great hold on. He's been just printing off Jesus token. I'll check it out for you. Absolutely. I like Jesus token. Now, Polyswarm has some really nice curvature to this overall price action. One thing to keep in mind, this is an enterprise crypto play, and what it is that they have to buy NCT tokens to be able to utilize the service. They go to the website here, and they have to pay in NCT tokens, which helps the price out, to scrub data files to see if there is malware on the system in and of itself. So it does have a real-world use case. It does have a real application to it. Kind of honestly a pretty interesting project long-term. Haven't missed out too much on price action over the years, so now you're kind of getting me feeling like maybe just taking a little bit of a stab at getting a little bag of NCT just in case. This really starts to pop when the macroeconomic stuff gets crazy and big hacks happen. This is when those timeframes are when Polyswarm goes nuts, but it also moves with the rest of the market. As you can see, it had a great pump. You know, no one was paying attention to utility tokens at the time. A lot of pain, yada, yada. This is September 2021. In October 21, Bitcoin had hit $64,000, nothing. And then all of a sudden, a giant middle finger came out of nowhere. I sold this thing. I think I got in at like, I think 3 cents and sold for, it did hit 11 cents. I remember seeing on the charts. So this is one of a short-term great move I made. And then I got in and out of it during this March pump here. As you can see, it had a pretty good sign of life there. Definitely not dead. And, you know, at large, I do believe the tokenomics are pretty sound on this thing. I can't really see where they're at right now, but I know that, okay, here, yeah. All of the tokens are out. Look at that.
Oh, boy.
So total supply, 1.8 billion, circulating 1.8 billion. There you go. So not that bad. And low-hanging fruit because it's available on Coinbase. Kind of an interesting play. Now, let's go here. We are moving on to the next story, which is Morpho Labs. This is the total deposits on Morpho Labs hitting a disgusting all-time high of $4 billion. Okay, so now knowing this, okay, great. We've seen a great increase in deposits, but what does that mean for my moon bag? We go over here to DeFi Llama. Go here. It auto-populates over to the Ondo. Let's see what that comes in. Ondo kind of pairing up with its, I got to bring this in a little bit. Pairing up. So we saw the arbitrage availability here on Ondo from price to TVL. So that's, you know, a lot of people were selling it. And I was like, dude, I'm not selling this Ondo right here while the TVL is sitting all the way up here. That just doesn't make sense. Glad I didn't. Ondo's actually like my third or fourth biggest bag at this point. So let's go to, what was it? Morpho? Yeah. Morpho Labs. So Morpho Blue. Go here, check out the TVL, looking nice and violent to the upside. Now let's check out in terms of price. I don't know if it shows the price.
Show price, sadly.
It doesn't show price right now. Let's just compare it manually here on CoinMarketCap here. So Morpho. I was really glad I bought this thing. It's kind of crazy. I bought this thing at $1.20.
Was it two?
Nearly a 2x already. Right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
But look at the timing that I did it at. So it comes out, oh my gosh, so bullets, insiders sell off on you, wreck everyone. Everyone's like, oh my God, I hate this project. But then it has a nasty resurgence. I saw the resurgence. I was like, oh God, this thing's alive. And I bought it at $1.20 in this little flatline shelf. You know, this is the ultimate buying time for me. After getting all of these early jeets out of the way, seeing the sign of life on the chart, and then looking for a place of structure and support. That is where I moved on Morpho. Now we're dang near 100% gains over, what is this, like a month? And at large, the price compared to the TVL, still a lot to gain as far as where the price is compared to the total value locked. What you got, Isaac?
You got a question from Tyler over here. Yo, Isaac and Drew, how would you deploy 20K into 2 coins
Dude,
only?
I have literally got this exact question 2 times in the last 12 hours. What do you, do you have ideas, Isaac?
I'll give one and you give one.
Oh, so you're going to pick one.
I'm going to pick one and you're going to pick one. This is all non-financial advice because we are nowhere near financial
we're talking
advisors.
If we have $20,000.
Yeah, if we have $20 or $20,000, which would be, beautiful right now. My pick, it's going to be difficult because I like Aerodrome and Drift right now.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick, I'd pick Drift, obviously.
Okay.
Solana.
So you're picking Drift. All right. So you're coming to Solana auxiliary play.
Like usual.
10K. Let's say a 10K. I want to say Ondo or Near.
My second pick was going to be Link. So.
See, you would think obvious choice for me is Link.
But it's already your biggest bag.
I'm kind of rude about the entry points of Link because my average entry point is like $3.90.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's
that's where it gets hard to be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this after a 10x, right? Like,
yeah,
am I really gonna do that? But I mean, Link, I have a really good bullish outlook for it. Like, let's just see if Link holds number 11 and I'm in the market increases at the current velocity that it does have compared to market history. Let's go to coin perspective here and just. Let's say we're just going to put it at $150 billion market cap, just to be reasonable, right?
Buy Ben coin. Sorry.
Oh God, why did you do that?
Willis said something.
Oh Jesus, Willis! It's too many Vienna sausages. Unbelievable. Let's see here. So we're going to be at about 730 million Link circulating by mid 2025. So tokenomics matter a lot when you're looking at price expectations. So make sure you understand the tokenomic increase of any project that you want to do this analysis to and the time frame on when you see the market top coming. Now, we cook this thing, let's say it hits 150 bill. It still brings it to a just under, it's like a 7.5x from where it currently sits, bringing it at $200 a unit. Gustavo highlighting Near might do a 10x, but very hard, but possible. I will show you why I disagree with that, Mr. Man. Let's go here to Near. So we're at our fully circulating supply for Near. So there's no more supply to be coming out.
Correct.
And currently, where is Near sitting at? Let's say Near stays still and just holds the position, right? Regardless that it's NVIDIA, it's around NVIDIA narrative. It's going to have an NVIDIA conference in March. We're leaving all of that kind of macro thought process out here. Let's say it holds number 23. So number 30 to 21, talking about being from 50 billion on up to 80, maybe 90 billion at the tops. So if it holds number 23, you're talking about somewhere around $75 billion, okay, for the market cap size. Let's go here, hook it up to $75 billion. That brings you to an upside of 7.5x or $61 a unit. That's if it holds its current position. But I think AI tokens and Near protocol in particular has more potential velocity because the user interface of it gives off very early Solana vibes. As I was talking with Hobus, channel partner with me on, it is very, very easy to use. It's a undervalued layer 1 that works very, very nicely, and it is adjacently positioned next to NVIDIA, and all eyes are going to be on NVIDIA in 2025. The more so, I could see this thing actually breaking into the top 20. Okay, I think it's actually going to gain a couple spots during this market. Now we're talking about the top 20. What does that mean? It means 90 to 175 billion, up to number 11. So let's say it just grabs number 20. Let's see it, grab up to right around 100 billion, maybe $98 billion. That brings you to a flat out 10x on that bag or $80 a unit. Far from my entry points of $1.90. God, I miss the entry points we used to have, man.
I miss them too, and I wasn't even here for them.
This is painful. But I mean, there's still good upside to the market, but Jesus, where were you? It makes you just want to start singing. Iran talking Link to 350. Not that crazy to think about, man. Now, let's see here. There's some talk about this RLUSD token. Truth Labs brings up a great point because David Schwartz It's talking about the RLUSD being backed by XRP.
Jeez.
Okay. Now, for anyone that wasn't around for Luna, when you back a stable coin for a network with the native token, things can go wrong very, very quickly. Okay, so when we're talking about the stability of this new RLUSD token, I do pray, you know, a lot of people call me an XRP hater, but I am hoping for crypto's entire sake, because there's a lot of people that do hold XRP, me included. I hold a couple tokens. I found them on couch cushions. I really, really hope that they are not going to flat out back the RLUSD with XRP native tokens. Oh my God. That is just a very, very sketchy thing to think about. Look at history past with what happened to Luna. Things can get very, very sideways very quickly from that. Aaron Kubak with a super chat. What are your thoughts on where AI agents will go in terms of being lucrative or not? Aaron simply said, very lucrative, but you have to pick the right one. There are a lot of projects being labeled as AI agents that really are not, you know, the agents that they say they are. Finding the right AI agent is something that I haven't gone in depth into yet. I do know that there is immense upside to be had in finding the right one, but that is where our search, essentially, it's already set up for next week, is going to be going into a whole list on all of the biggest AI agents and the ones that are most proven to find what is real and what is not in that environment. It really, really does. Dion Graying, gang, XRP needs to pump so heavily manipulated. That's been the warning, brother. That's been the warning, but also the size of the market cap. And this is, you know, I think that XRP is going to hold and be around like 300, maybe $400 billion market cap, like at tops. That brings you to about $5 or $6, right? So about a 2x from where it's at right now. And you have to keep expectations based when you're looking at something like that. Now, moving on. What else? I didn't miss anything. Okay, this is Morpho. This is SWI hitting a $35 billion in total DEX volume and sets a new 24-hour record with over $466 million. Now, SWI, I've been looking around the $10 to $20 range for SWI. Let's check it out where it's at right now. I know it's pretty high up there. So it's number 18. Oh, boy. Okay, now let's talk about SWI. So we're looking at a current number 18 spot. The worries that I've had are that the token release schedules are up for discussion, let's just say, depending on network security. It's literally written into the code of the protocol. So as things are written and how it should go, there will be half of the supply circulating by mid-25. Okay, so we're going to cook this up to around 5 billion. And if it holds its 18th spot, that brings it to right around, what is it? So we got top 30 is 50 to 80. The top 20, we're looking at, 80, 85 to 175. So let's say about 100 billion. So we go to $100 billion market cap. That brings you to about $20 a unit. Okay, so then that's kind of like the top end expectation. Hold its position. But if things do change depending on network security, then they have the ability to release all the tokens. And that will change the price point. This is where my $10 to $20 expectation comes from, is the potentiality of them releasing the remainder of the tokens on holders during the 2025 market. It's not that I think the network's going away. It's not that I'm bearish on the ecosystem. It just is subject to change on that token release schedule. That being said, this is the situation that I believe will be seen if SWI's tokenomics go according to plan and it does hold its current position. Now, things can get much better than that, obviously. If so, someone thinks that it can go to the top, let's be reasonable on this one, say Gustavo's right and it makes it to the top 10, then that market cap goes under $200 billion, and then you're looking at a $39 SWI token, okay? So there is some potential there, but breaking into the top 10, boy, howdy, you have some competition within that. You have Tron, Cardano, Dogecoin with the Department of Government Efficiency. Going to be kind of hard to kick Doge out of that top spot.
Oh, yeah.
BNB, the largest exchange on the planet. Solana, insane amounts of transactions happening, insane amounts of value happening on chain. You have psycho hands that are going to hold XRP to literally zero. Not that I'm saying it's going to go to zero, but they don't care. They're not getting rid of their XRP. XRP is probably going to hold its position within the top 10. Tether doesn't really count. Ethereum and Bitcoin. So you are up against a serious competition pool right now. There's a lot of good projects that you got to compete and knock off of the top 10 pedestal to get there. But Godspeed.
Let's take a look at SweeAI.
Oh, sure.
I'll
Yeah.
send it to you on X.
That's good. Is it on CoinGecko, we said?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to CoinGecko. Good reminder. Good reminder. A nice segue, in the Sui ecosystem.
We're in a Sweet ecosystem, so
Yeah.
SweeAI.
Love it. All right, let's go here. AI. Sui agents. Okay, maybe an AI agent within the Sui network. Are we looking at 100% gain on the day? Oh my God. Holy God. Okay. So 24 hours, this thing's up by 100%. Okay, what do we got here? Not much data. Pretty new. Okay. That doesn't worry me. Okay, so it released on the 7th of December. It's only like 5 days old. What is the market cap at? We're at $23 million market cap, a micro cap. Holy cow. And we're looking at what's the fully diluted valuation? Total supply, 66 mil. Max supply, circulating. It literally is all out already.
Jeez.
Holy cow, Willis. Oh my God.
Don't fade the Willis.
I mean, I faded him on those Vienna sausages faux show.
Yeah, that's no problem. That's an easy fade.
Easy fade. But that's not an easy fade right there.
Is this
babe.
the drift of the Sweet ecosystem?
I mean, yeah, this is a good looking Sui network play. You know what? Isaac.
Yo.
Might be your move.
This might be the next thing I dump all my money into. How about this? I'll buy $100 worth tomorrow.
You gonna buy $100 worth tomorrow?
Yeah, remind me.
Woo! Hopping in there. Woo. Damn. All right.
If you're lucky, 200.
Yeah, I mean, it would worry me normally that it's up 100% on the 24-hour, but this thing's only been out for like a few days. Sui exploding in volume, AI agents being a narrative. This might be a nasty, nasty move. You got to remember, I'm going to buy some of this too.
Okay.
I'm going to buy some of this too. Check the markets. Where are the markets at right now?
And where can we buy this at? So we
Oh, yeah. Check the markets. Yeah. That's good. I think he's talking about this. So we can get on Gate.io, Uniswap. There we go. That's what I'm going to use. Turbos Finance, Blacksea, Mexi, and Turbos Finance again. So I'm going to grab this thing on Uniswap. Shout out. This is a sneaky little boy. All right. Now, within Sui ecosystem, there is something else that I've been watching for some time and have been meaning to get. And seeing that volume on Sui is kind of making me FOMO because I feel like Sui is not only being overlooked, but there's a lot of ecosystem auxiliary plays that we can snag up. Cetus Protocol. Let's check out. It's up 15% on the day. This is a great DEX DeFi play within the Sui ecosystem. And overall, how much opportunity have we really missed? Not much. This is a prove it point. It is proven that the level of essentially 32 cents has been the support multiple times now. It tried to crash down below that level, I think about a day or two ago, and has absolutely ripped back on up. This is health on a shelf. This is the type of graph I like to see, and a positioning within an ecosystem that is growing that I like to see. So, like seeing this, gonna have to pick up some Cetus Protocol. You're writing these down, Isaac?
I'm writing these down, and I'm also Nate said it was on a Coinbase wallet too. So I'm taking a look at that.
Yeah. See if you can find it on there. Very, very nice. Swimming in the Sui ecosystem. Never did see this. A hacker exploited a Doge flaw, crashing 69% of the nodes, exposing a vulnerability that could have taken down the entire network. This is your chance. I mean, I doubt that this is really going to take down Doge token, but it looks like there was a little bit of concern about this. A hacker exploited a vulnerability in the Dogecoin network known as the Doge Reaper vulnerability, which led to the crashing of approximately 69% of the nodes. This exploit was carried out using an old laptop in El Salvador by Andreas Cole, co-founder of the Bitcoin side chain Sequentia, which announced the exploit on December 11th 2024. Initially disclosed by researcher Tobias Ruick, and if exploited maliciously, it could have potentially crashed the entire Dogecoin network by causing the nodes to experience a segmentation fault, where a program tries to access memory it's not supposed to, leading to the crash. And at the time of the exploit, Dogecoin had 647 active nodes, which dropped to 315 after the attack. Wow. According to the data from Blockchair, the vulnerability was deemed low severity by Coinbase, offering Ruck a reward of what the hell? They offer him $200. What the hell?
Interesting. That sucks.
Unbelievable. However, the potential for this vulnerability to disrupt the network significantly was high, as it could halt transactions and block creation for an extended period if not addressed. That, I don't hold Dogecoin, so I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a concern. What do we see with networks when they go down, though? Right? They pump.
Exactly.
That's what we see. Solana pumps every day that it goes down. So probably not going to mess with it. Plus, you have the Department of Government Efficiency happening. All right, we are going to look at Arweave. I'll check out Render. We'll do Render tomorrow because we're giving a lot of alpha here today. We gotta take it one bite at a time here. But we'll do Arweave. Arweave. I was previously worried about the token supply. Not so worried about it now because the entire supply is damn near out, if not totally out. Let's go here. This is AI kind of data storage play and positioned pretty much in an AI super cycle. So we're at a $1.5 billion market cap, number 85. Okay. Number 85. Pretty deep pick. Now, where we're at 65 million tokens in circulation, 65 million total out. When you get down in the weeds of like the top 80 to 70, this is where, you know, I could see top 70 to or 80 to 70 projects being around the 10 to 15 billion dollar market cap level. So, and I feel like I'm being a little bit conservative on that measure. But let's see what that would mean in terms of Arweave's price. If it does hold this number, I believe it's number 85 in positioning right now. So Arweave, there you are. Total are out. That's great. Let's say it accomplishes something crazy and hits a $10 billion market cap. That brings you from a $23 a token level up to $150, or a 5.5x from where it currently sits. Now, this kind of like conservative price expectation, but let's say something extra bullish happens where the AI supercycle actually takes hold and people start hammer buying proven data-centric or AI adjacent projects, and this thing accomplishes, say, up to a $20 billion market cap. That's where things get real fun, and you can see a 13x or a $320 per token price level on that token. Really, where we're set up with Trump's and his conversation about AI data control for the United States, this being a American Bitcoin mega cycle, essentially, is the kind of the conversation that's happening right now. I am not going to fade AI tokens. Proven AI projects are really kind of where I think insane upsides are going to be, along with RWAs. And really, we're positioned in kind of a miracle market right now. I am at large sticking with the price performance of Bitcoin being in that $200,000 to $240,000 level. But here's the thing, is if the bill for the Bitcoin Act is put into place and they do start actually buying the Bitcoin, the United States government, that is, for that Reserve Act, that in and of itself, not BlackRock ETFs, not Wall Street, not any of the other speculation, the U.S. government buying pressure in and of itself is enough to push Bitcoin up to the $250,000 level in 2025 from that act. Okay, so when we talk about price expectation, I don't want to be overly bullish and say, hey guys, we're going to hit 600, right? Because that's not statistically what we have in recent history. What I can say with good confidence is that we have the velocity to repeat the valuations that we saw of increase from last cycle and the cycle previously. Good job banning. We need more bans, you know.
Yeah, that was fun. Ban.
You need to ban more people. I've seen
right.
people missing the beatings, you know, the blockchain beatings. You got to up those for Isaac,
No
okay?
problem.
Because I can't reach the thing from where I'm sitting. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the man. You got to be the Gestapo. But at large, you guys stay based. Any dip in this market, I view as an opportunity. I love and appreciate everyone that's been on this growth pattern for me and Isaac on the blockchain basement. Things are getting crazy. Oh man, we're about to hit our stop loss on this project, on this trade. Sad. So I just flash close it.
Sure, why not?
Whatever. We're flash closing. Closing long. Get out of here. We made some good money today. Made about $1,000 today trading. So I'm feeling great about that. And I love and appreciate all of you. I think our channel is getting near 66,000 subscribers. And we are on our way to 100. It does appear. Let's see here. Blockchain basement. Blockchain. I love how blockchain backers the first thing you see.
Yeah, we don't show up until you type in basement.
That's jacked up. Not even that. Look at that. They're hiding us. There we go. Let's see here. Even with them hiding us, we hit $66,000. Oh my gosh, you guys are absolutely incredible. I'm going to be putting up a huge thank you note about this. We hit 66,000 subscribers on the channel. I cannot lower my leverage. I know no other way than Chaos KJam. Really, what I did is I'm trading with 25% of my trading back at a time. That was a $500 trade. Not too worried about it. Stop loss is in place. I protect myself on the way into these trades, and you should too if you are out there trading. KJam's not even trading with the basement though, so whatever, bro.
Lower your leverage.
Increase your support of the basement. How about that? Ask not what Drew can do for you.
What?
Drew can do for your bags.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Love and appreciate all you, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.